What is up? We are live and we're back with the pre-show for the Summer Games Fest, Kangz Council, episode 25. The podcast that's still waiting for the invite on the Summer Games Fest. By the way, Jeff, never got it. All right. This homie's looking to pay Jeff $250K just to get Big Beef on the screen. We got to spare.
Yo.
And this guy, he's just really getting tired of Neil Druckman's shit. FallaYoDreams.
I've been tired of it. He's like, we're gonna be bigger than just the last one. I'm like, all right, calm down.
And yours truly was really looking forward to that Half-Life 3 announcement before Jeff just shattered my dreams. Supafreak 187 here. We're talking Summer Games Fest. Summer Games Fest pre-show.
Damn.
What is going to be happening, but most importantly, how much does it cost to run your trailers, dude? It just revealed today that it is upwards of $250K for a 30-second spot and $100K on top each
30 seconds.
Each additional 30 seconds. We're approaching potential Super Bowl numbers for Summer Games Fest ads. That's insane. I mean, I think I guess all the game. There's so many eyes on the Summer Games Fest. I think it's kind of more. It's ads, right? Like that's why ads are so costly. That's why people do promotion. So when you see it, it's always like surprising, but it's just kind of like you have no idea how much promotion is worth. I mean, imagine being Concord though and paying like 350. I don't know, bro.
Well, no, it was more than that because isn't it like per every 90 seconds or something? So
imagine they run that fucking 6-minute CGI trailer of fucking Concord.
Oh my god, dude!
This is why they had the state of play.
Exactly.
Because look, they have faith in it, but they didn't have that much faith in it.
Yeah, they ain't paying Jeff for that.
Damn. I don't think these ad prices are like that crazy.
Rip.
Yeah.
It's not at all. Considering.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I would have to do some comparisons because to me, it's like when I think Super Bowl always does super high numbers. Do you guys feel that the Summer's Game Fest?
Well, it clearly does enough to warrant that. So it's been around for what? How many years now? So clearly it does enough to warrant those prices. If it wasn't, then we wouldn't be seeing those numbers. It'd be much lower. So clearly it makes sense. It works for them.
Yeah, I feel like this is the side of the industry that we don't really see, the business aspect of it, of promotions and ads and running shows like this. Because imagine how much it costs to have a booth and run your own conference during E3, which is probably why they stopped paying for it. This has to be lower in comparison to that because this is kind of like what's taken over now and is the new hotness when it comes to like being an E3 type event. And if that's how much it charges, I mean, people are going for it. It must be a bargain,
space,
right?
You had to buy out like time on stage time.
Pay booth babes.
The booth, yeah. Pay the people, yeah. Like it's man, you don't gotta do shit if you run a damn pre-recorded freaking. You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously, obviously you have to pay something, but it's nowhere near like. Imagine E3 right now. No wonder they're gone.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. COVID killed it, but E3 was already on its way out, opening its doors to everybody, all other shit before COVID. So
well, this answers a lot of questions why Nintendo was like, nah, fuck this, we're doing our own thing.
Yeah, it was smart.
Yeah, it definitely worked out for them. I remember people were laughing at them back in the day too, and and look who's laughing now. Look who's still around.
It's funny because I was always like, I don't really go too deep into it, but I was always like kind of in tune with like the financial shit. So I was like, yeah, Nintendo just being smart, especially at a time where their console wasn't, it was the Wii U era and they weren't doing too great, right? So it made sense for them to do that. Why buy out E3 space and all the other shit when what the fuck you got to show for it? Nothing really. They still had the what was it, the Nintendo Treehouse or whatever they would do to like demo the games that they would show and stuff afterwards. But that's nothing compared to having to, buy out stage time, have those trailers made. I don't know, man. I find it funny that I'm trying to think like the people that were laughing at that were like just like the typical like Sony Xbox fanboys like, oh, they're not gonna be on stage no more. Nintendo's dead. I was like, y'all fucking stupid. Like that's exactly what I would do.
Yeah.
Especially at the time where YouTube, like social media taking off, all this other shit. Like, I don't know, bro. People would be behind.
Yeah, I don't know, man. For me, for that kind of money, you're better off just, especially if you're like more of an indie dev. You're better off just launching your own kind of marketing campaign because I would never go for that.
Shit, why do you think so many games they don't even be at these some games don't even be at these events. They just throw out the trailer randomly in the middle of the fucking nowhere.
Yeah, for good reason.
Use the event
now,
hype, right?
Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
Like wasn't GTA the first GTA 6 trailer was pre Game Awards and then they didn't show anything after Game Awards?
Yeah, but GTA, I'm not talking about GTA.
GTA always did its own thing. Yeah,
Well,
that's a whole nother beast.
That's the thing. Like they have the money, but they're just like, why? We could just use the hype of the event and show our own thing.
That just get announced like outside of these like these showcases that some of these devs don't have the money like Rockstar got, and it still ends up working out for them because I don't know, man.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. You have a bunch of eyes in one place at one time when the showcases happen, but then you got to fight over. I'm sure some of these small devs got to fight over space, right? Because Sony, Microsoft, Nintendo, all these, well, not Nintendo, but a lot of these people just probably bullying people out of their spots, right? Like, yeah, we'll pay you $400K if you show this whack ass Concord game. Let me stop.
Nah, because I don't. There's no way Sony's pulling Concord tomorrow. There's no way.
No,
I'm
not saying that. I'm using that as an example.
Yeah,
like,
I know.
Sony's gonna pay for a 30-second montage.
Look, I don't care. Just show me Monster Hunter and just call it a day, bro.
Yeah, but that means Capcom is shelling out money tomorrow. Damn.
Potentially.
Monster Hunter,
Street Fighter.
Yeah.
Because those things are definitely getting announced tomorrow.
We don't know if Capcom's just gonna be like, hey, yeah, we're showing off all our shit at Summer Games Fest, or are they gonna do like a trailer for a couple of their games, and then
show the games
afterwards just be like Capcom, have Capcom highlights after, right? Like, yeah, I mean, as long as you're using hype, like it's
always disappointing because
this
happens every time. They'll be like, yeah, stay tuned for the Capcom showcase, and it's just the same shit that they showed there and the thing. So it's probably gonna happen again.
It kind of explains why this is why like the events aren't as, I don't want to say not as hype, but it's just kind of like people tend to feel a little disappointment afterward because not much was shown because of how expensive it is to show stuff. Maybe, I don't know.
I don't agree. I don't think that's an excuse because there are showcases that are godlike.
Yeah,
like. There was that one Xbox. I forgot when the fuck it was. Like, was it last year? I think it was last year. It was like early last year. That Xbox show that showed like, what was it? Was that the one with Hi-Fi Rush in it? I don't remember, but that shit was hype. Fucking.
when they shadow drop Hi-Fi Rush on us.
Video Game Awards is still hype. The VJ is still hype.
Yeah.
Fucking Summer Games Fest for me. I don't know, man. Like I don't even remember what they showed last year. Summer Games Fest.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure it was some big shit, but I don't remember what it was.
Nah, I think the new announcements were pretty minimal. I think it was maybe like one or two things, but it wasn't like.
Yeah, I don't remember. I'd have to look it up.
Game announcement.
I'm sure there was some shit.
Game announcement.
But
there was one or two things. I think Resident Evil for sure. It was for sure Resident Evil, and then something else.
I feel like
Armor Core probably. I don't.
Armored Core, did have a spot, but they released a trailer like.
Well, Armored Core got announced at the Game Awards. I mean, like announcements. I'm not talking about things that we already know about.
Yeah. I'm trying to.
I don't know, but I feel like there are certain events of the year that we kind of come to expect to be that time where they start showing shit. Like the Sony State of Play in like September. I don't know. That's usually when they start showing shit. I don't know why, but. That shit, obviously Game Awards. I don't know. I feel like
I have a list of all the 2023 Summer Game Fest announcements recaps. We got Alan Wake 2, Baby Steps,
yeah, that was one.
Baldur's Gate 3.
Baldur's Gate 3 was already announced though. I'm talking about
stuff we
didn't know about.
I think they ran. I think they just ran trailers, or they.
What do you know about Alan Wake 2 already?
They ran like a PS5 trailer or something like that. Yeah, these are just like PS5 or like other like trailers.
Oh,
like, these
Sonic
are trailers that they showed.
Superstars.
Banishers, Crash Team Rumble, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth,
Yeah, but none of that
Fortnite
is
Wilds, Honkai Star Rail, Human Fall Flat, Immortals of Avium.
This was Game Fest last year?
Liza P, Like a Dragon Gaiden. These are all the trailers that ran.
This shit ass.
Mortal Kombat 1, Path of Exile 2, Prince of Persia, The Lost Crown. Those were announcements. Remnant 2, that was like kind of like a pre-release trailer.
Path of Exile 2 wasn't an announcement?
Yes, it was.
No, it wasn't. Path of Exile 2 was announced like a while ago.
It was like a teaser trailer or something like that.
Yeah, like
it was the first thing that we've seen of it.
Nah, because they had their own event.
Maybe. No. Sandland.
I don't know.
Sonic Superstars.
One game that you just named was something that we didn't know about. We already. Okay, Sonic Superstars. That was new. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
That's
what the fuck else was new? That's crazy.
Not
thinking
much.
About it.
Not much. It was just maybe some of it was like first looks at some of this stuff, right? Like
I think the VGAs gets more viewership than the Summer Games Fest, and I think that's why we see more at the VGAs.
I don't remember Wizard with a gun. What the fuck?
Me neither.
Wayfinder, Warhammer 40. Oh, Space Marines 2. Yeah, that was new. I think they showed.
Okay.
That was I don't think it was like a first time hearing about it. It was a first peek at gameplay. I think it was.
When did Diablo 4 come out? It was last June.
Talos Principle 2.
Yeah, I think that was new also.
Yeah, Diablo 4. I don't think Diablo 4 was on this list.
I know Path of Exile 2 got announced before that.
Yeah. So those are like what was announced.
Damn,
and yeah, like kind of like majority of it was like, yeah, I think we had those same segments where it was like nothing new. Yeah. It was like nothing new. Just more like first looks at stuff potentially. And
yeah, you know why? Right? Because this happens right after Sony does their shit, that Microsoft does their shit, then Nintendo has a direct. So I feel like around this time of the year, it's probably really hard to get like exclusive shit to show at your showcase when this is when everyone, Sony and Microsoft and Nintendo are still in the E3 mode. But this is the year where they want to show. This is the time of the year where they want to show their shit.
Yeah.
VGAs, like there's nothing really going on around that time. Like
no, those are
we have that gap from
like
September.
World premieres, a lot of world premieres. Yeah.
Exactly. Like so, I guess we got to come to expect Summer Games Fest to not be that overblown, like big. Here's this new announcement.
Yeah.
Whatever. So who knows? We don't know. We gotta wait till tomorrow.
It's just kind of head scratchy though, right? Like, cause now you hear these costs for running trailers, and it's like these devs and publishers they chose to run those trailers, right? Like you know what I mean? That's what it kind of feels like. It's like you ran that. You spent $250K potentially because last year was cheaper. Obviously, this year is more mirroring the prices of the report says that it's mirroring the prices of the Game Awards from last year. So that means that's likely that last year's Game Fest was cheaper. But still, if you're running a 30-second ad and paying potentially $250,000 to run 30 seconds, and some of these trailers are the trailers you choose.
Yeah, I feel like this is just probably nothing new for some of these big companies though. Like I said, I don't know when it was, last week or the week before, but advertising and promotion is probably one of the most expensive things when it comes to some of these budgets. I'd say probably 50% or more of the budget goes to that. So it's not really, I don't think it's that mind blowing. It's just, we never seen like numbers like that. We've never seen like those actual numbers attached. We knew it was expensive. We just never knew like how expensive. But I'm not surprised really.
Yeah.
I am surprised when, like you said, they take that money and spend it on some crap. Like,
basically.
Well, the thing is,
shocking to me.
And that's my thing. You want to make sure your game is on point. Why would you invest so much money into this, and then your game is just I don't know, man. I just feel like priorities are just not straight. So yeah, it's kind of crazy. But I do know one thing. Jab better be in a gold-plated suit tomorrow.
He gonna be fresh. He's gonna have a suit on with some sneakers as usual.
He'll be flexing with the big security guards to keep.
Yeah, you gotta have Kojima come out and let me stop.
Peele. Gotta make sure
that's probably happening. Let's be real.
Oh yeah,
gotta make sure Bill Clinton kid don't show up.
Yeah.
So we have the security guards posted up in front of the stage. Damn.
I feel like Hideo Kojima is on break most of the year, and then when it gets to Summer's Game Fest, he's like, all right, let me put
Nah, it's whenever Jeff calls him up.
pants.
It's whenever Jeff calls him.
He gets summoned like Dracula.
Yep. Anytime Jeff calls him,
It's
he's
that,
like, all right, I'm on my
that
way.
time of year where your castle is now under siege. You gotta come
Yep.
step up. Oh man. It just reminds me of that meme that I posted earlier this week. It's like Hideo Kojima. He's like, I'm proud to have voiced Hideo Kojima. It's like, will you be reprising this role? No.
Because I don't know if you guys check out Hideo Kojima's Twitter, but it's always like he's just taking pictures with movie stars or whatever, or people just visiting the studio. Like he just look like he's just fucking around. and then
Man.
Yeah, I mean, sure. Listen, I would love to spend a day with Kojima. You know, sign me up.
Oh, we're just gonna do some drugs.
Do some drugs, watch
yo,
Imagine
imagine I hit it off. I'm in this big movie, and then Kojima's like, "Yo, come to Japan." Yo, I'm
Here,
over
do this.
there.
Do a little bit of this crack.
Listen, I'll do whatever it takes.
Just a little bit of this cocaine. It's got a little bit of wasabi
real.
in it.
You gonna be in a room
gonna
with
fuck
Jordan
you
Peele, Jeff,
Yeah.
and Hideo Kojima.
Bro, that
Guillermo
might be
del
too much,
Toro.
Yeah.
that might be too much for me to process. That might be...
Oh man.
All right. Well, speaking of process, we had to process this Q&A that Jeff answered, where he was asked what he pretty much confirmed what won't be at Summer's Game Fest. So what we are confirmed we won't be seeing tomorrow, confirmed by Jeff himself, is GTA 6, Kingdom Hearts 4, Judas, which is that game from Ken Levine,
BioShock,
the new BioShock essentially. That's not BioShock. Metal Gear Solid Delta, which is the MGS3 remake. Hollow Knight Silk Song, The Wolf Among Us
Damn,
2,
that shit is just dodging everything.
Half-Life 3. I think he just threw that on
The
there.
fact
for
that he has
fucking
to
shit.
say that is hilarious.
Joseph Faris's next project and Sega Legacy titles. So I think some of these were shown off previously, and it's just like we're not seeing more of it, right? So like the Sega Legacy
Good.
stuff,
Maybe
right? Like,
that'll open up room for new shit.
Yeah. But I feel like people, like, because Jeff did the same thing last year, and a bunch of people like didn't believe him. They're like, "Nah, you're just pulling our leg. You're gonna be showing all this shit off because you're."
And
just
they got mad at him.
hype."
Yeah.
And they got mad when shit didn't show. like believe Jeff. He's not lying to you guys. He's telling you these.
It was
will
so
not
funny
be
seeing
shown.
the clip of people were like, he was like, yeah, if people just keep asking for Kingdom Hearts, and you guys are just setting yourself up for disappointment. He looks so like drained.
He's like so
He
tired
was like,
of
these
dealing
guys
with
will
it.
shut
right?
the hell up. So he had to go out and confirm all the shit that won't be there just to shut people up. That's funny. And they still won't shut up because they think he's
Yeah,
lying.
And people are gonna be like, Jeff, you're a fucking asshole, man.
And then even after, they're still not gonna shut up because they're gonna be mad. Oh my god, dude, that's crazy to think about.
I can't wait for the no GTA 6 tweets. I can't wait for them shits because it's like, bro, he said it, like, and you guys just really don't believe him. Like, there's like no way, bro. Like, I just don't understand. Like, and then the fact that he has to mention Half-Life 3, like, come on, bro. Like, we all know we're not seeing that game. Gabe is gonna maybe bless us one day as part of his like deathbed.
In his dying breath. In his
right?
deathbed, he's gonna be like, I approve Half-Life 3.
He's gonna drop like a selfie video from his deathbed, like Half-Life 3, guys, just for you. and then he's gonna croak, and then everyone's gonna fucking cheer.
And they'll be like, oh shit, it's symbolic because the game is being developed before he was alive and then after he's dead.
And it's just gonna shadow drop into everyone's library, and they just gotta install it. Like, it's just, they don't even gotta pay for it.
Damn, it's just gonna be there.
The final gift from Gabe.
Here, everyone.
Oh god.
Blessed.
I kind of want that to happen now. Sorry, I just wrote a fanfic in my head.
Yeah.
Really bizarre. But yeah, I think don't get your hopes up, guys. Like, if Jeff is saying like, hey, this is not going to be here, just, he's running the event. Believe him. You're not going to see these games, right? Like, they're not going to be.
There's no precedent of him lying to like build hype. That hasn't happened.
As far as that goes, though, what are some of the things that we are looking forward to for the Summer Game Fest? I think one of the big things that they showed is I think they're going to show more of that Astroland, Astrobot game. And I think
so?
Yeah, because I think they've just been releasing more details for it. So I think they might show something. They showed, what was it? It's four times the size of Astro's Playroom. It's 80 planets across 6 galaxies. No microtransactions. Let's go. Over 150 PlayStation cameos, which is sick. And it's a single player only experience.
I mean, if I owned a PS5, that'd probably be my number one game that I'm looking forward to if I was a PS5 owner. 100%. Yeah, I don't know. I don't see them premiering that game because they already released it. They always blew their load, so to speak, on it. So I don't know why would they pay, especially now that we have the context of the money. It's like, I don't know if they would. I don't know. It doesn't seem likely for that, but they probably will maybe announce something, maybe an update to something. Maybe Ghost of Tsushima 2. That'd be cool. Because Jets didn't say they weren't gonna announce it. So I don't know. The game, the PC version of the game is out. It'd be a good opportunity for Sony to announce that. What else? Capcom is going big. I don't know. Definitely Monster Hunter, possibly Resident Evil, definitely Street Fighter. Something about Season 2. Those are the 3 I know for sure. Or not for sure, but I can, place, $50 bets, and feel confident about them. But yeah, I don't know. Is there anything else you guys are looking forward to?
I think you're on the track. We're definitely getting Street Fighter Season 2. Probably, I don't know if we're gonna get. Do you think we're gonna get a full roster of the full rundown?
I don't know
pass?
Because they might just do the one because they kind of got the element of surprise again. Because remember when the game originally launched, it was like the whole list got leaked, right? Quote unquote. By not Capcom, quote unquote.
I think we all
regardless.
Regardless.
But for this one, now that they already got to trust the people and stuff like that, maybe they do want the surprise. Or maybe they're just like, you know what, this worked out really well for us. Let's just keep doing what we're doing. I can see it going either way. But if they were going to keep things a little close to the chest, now they are able to. Because I do think they learned their lesson. In terms of that. So we'll see. But they said they've been going in this month, the whole Street Fighter thing, because this is the 1-year anniversary. So they've been dropping little videos here and there, kind of dropping hints at like what's going to happen. So like I think they even dropped a video today, like, oh, here's all the famous clips of like 1 year in Street Fighter, and they kind of posted a few comebacks, bunch of Capcom creators stuff. So I don't know. They're definitely teasing something big, and it looks like Season 2. I don't see anything out. I just don't know how much, because they can choose what to reveal. But if you're gonna blow your load, I mean, tomorrow's the day.
Yeah, So I think for sure we could get like a Season 2 announcement. Maybe we get one character. We get one character for sure. Maybe one character, two characters, maybe, and potentially silhouettes. But I don't know. I don't know if they want to do the silhouettes because people are really they're really like try hard, kind of like, they look up every single game, every single angle of every single character. They're scrubbing data
immediately. They tried. They already tried
to find all the potential like silhouettes and who it could possibly be. So I don't know if they go the silhouette route because people just figure that shit out immediately based on silhouette. So I think we'll definitely get one character, maybe a silhouette of another, and that's it. Like, because how like at the end of one character trailer they show like a teaser for like the next one potentially. I think they may go back to doing that if they don't show more than one character off, right?
You think it's Cody? Let's follow Cody, right?
I don't know. I think the potential for it being characters from Street Fighter V are very high. I think there's got to be a returning character from Street Fighter 5. So one of the newer characters, maybe like Nikali or something like Manat. I think could be one. Like one of the more like
I would love Manat to be in the game.
yeah,
For
I
sure.
think likely it's going to be one of the more popular characters that they have, which probably Manat, I think. And they'll put like one of those characters in the game. They'll probably put I think this may be the season we see a guest character potentially.
I don't know. I don't think so.
I think they're
have
gonna
so much to
do. I think they're gonna do a returning character. Are there any more characters? Because there could be a returning character from 2, a returning character from 3, a returning character from 4, a returning character from 5.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna do that, and then maybe do a guest character if they do a guest character. But if they don't, I think that's absolutely what they're doing.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see tomorrow. The only reason I say Cody is because there's so much like Metro City references, but not really like a Metro City character. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it would make sense if the mayor, I don't know, a whole lot of like consensual sense in terms of like lore and shit.
Yeah.
So that's why I was like, maybe it's Cody. But whoever it is, whatever. I'm just looking forward to announcements and being excited about everything. And so yeah, I mean, but that's not the only thing that's coming up, right? I mean, Capcom obviously has Monster Hunter. They're sending the whole dev team over there. I don't know what they got cooking, but they'll probably have gameplay stuff, I'm assuming.
Apparently they have multiple Resident Evil projects in the works, so they're going to have multiple. I don't know if they're going to announce multiple projects tomorrow, potentially.
Okay, I don't think so. They're only going to do the one. Like this, I don't see any point in them blowing their load. I gotta stop using that term, but I don't see the I don't see the use in, because you don't want those games to oversell each other, right? Like if someone, say they're releasing remake 0 and Code Veronica and 9, you don't want any of the fan base to kind of fight against each other. So I'm thinking they'll go 9.
Yeah,
they'll announce 9, and then they'll chill, and then maybe for a future Capcom event, even if the other ones are coming in like they're kind of close in line with each other, I don't think they would use this event. So maybe they'll announce Resident Evil 9 here, and then Resident Evil 9 is going to get released, I don't know, let's just say March or April, and then December maybe they'll announce. So maybe they'll announce something like for the Game Awards, or it could just be the same thing. But they usually only announce one Resident Evil. So even if they have multiple things cooking, and from what I heard, rumor-wise, Resident Evil 0 and Veronica, they just got started. So we're not going to hear that from that for like another year and a half, 2 years probably. So I would assume Resident Evil 9.
I think for sure one of those projects is probably, it's just going to be some announcement of like an iOS port of something else. Like, I think that's going to fall into the line, because it's like everyone hears multiple projects, and usually those are part of the projects, right? Like Mac and iOS ports for some of their games and having it working. Because apparently the iOS, I think on iPhone 15, Resident Evil Village runs fantastic, right? Like,
really?
Yeah. It runs like really well. Like, it's not perfect, but for a phone, it runs.
Yeah, I heard that
it's
shit
serviceable. People can play through the game and play it. They had like no like real complaints. They're like, if you're a casual gamer and you're just gonna play through this, obviously it's not gonna be the favored way to play it. But if it's your only option,
I feel like that only exists to show that it's possible.
yes.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't think people aren't really gonna go out and fucking play the game on mobile. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm sure they will, but they know that's not the optimal place to play it. But I feel like that's just Apple saying, "Oh, look, this is what our phone can do now."
Yeah, but do you think they're gonna make that kind of phone announcement tomorrow though? I think this will just be for the main people. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I feel like that would be more of like a Capcom presentation.
I doubt it. Yeah, I feel like that would be at a Capcom showcase.
Yeah, for a Capcom showcase, absolutely. But for something like this, I don't know. I would just think they just want to keep this photo. It'll be a small little teaser. It's not going to be anything huge, but yeah.
Why do I see Power Stone on the screen?
Oh, it says.
Don't worry.
This was just a Capcom franchise video that I was running in the background where we talked about potential announcements. Hey, Power Stone.
That's definitely not getting announced. I'll tell you what's not getting. I'll tell you what's not getting announced. Definitely Power Stone.
Are we gonna see the blue bomber tomorrow?
No, we're not.
No.
I'm always the one that hypes
you gotta hit below the belt, bro.
Always the one that hypes it up.
Capcom?
Shut up.
Capcom's gonna save that for their own shit. If I was them, I would.
Oh
Yeah,
no! Oh no!
Yo, Capcom.
Yep, come.
Yeah.
Oh man, gotta love it. I mean,
So, anyways, bringing back the discussion back to, I think we were going over Resident Evil. Yeah, it's just gonna be Resident Evil 9. Just to sum things up, we're talking about
Better
like
be.
you know, what are things that are expected to be announced at the Summer Games Fest. I was just bringing up Capcom, the Street Fighter stuff, and then we're bringing up the Resident Evil stuff, and then of course the Monster Hunter stuff. I mean that I don't think there's much that needs to be said. They're gonna show way more gameplay and stuff like that. So. Yeah, I mean, what do you think? This fair? They're gonna show a trailer? They're just gonna show gameplay, or
They
they
probably
brought the
gonna
whole
go more
dev
in
team
depth.
over there.
They already showed the trailer earlier, like last week. So they're probably just gonna go more in depth with the gameplay and stuff like that. So, and that's honestly all I want, because yeah, we saw the trailer, cool, but I want to know what's different. I want to see what they talking about.
gameplay
I also
to
want to know when the shit
analyze.
comes out, but we're not gonna know that for a while.
Well, next year, right? For sure.
Yeah,
When did the previous Monster Hunters drop? Actually,
January.
Summer, January. I don't know. You think
Monster Hunter World dropped in January, I think. Rise dropped like or something like that.
summer, right?
Yeah,
Wasn't it summer?
June,
Yeah.
July or something, I think.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's what Capcom is. You think any other? Well, obviously, other industries are announcing stuff. Any other predictions, you guys? Or?
It's pretty hard. Like lately, it's been pretty hard for me to like think about predicting things, because I don't know. Like it's been the industry's been so like all over the place.
Mhm.
Like there used to be a time where I would just have like wild speculation about things, and it would just somehow happen. It would just somehow be true. Like there used to be a time like the week before E3, all the leaks and shit would come out, all the rumors and stuff would come out, and you'd be like, "Oh shit, that could actually be true." But nowadays, it's like you see a rumor, you're like, "Yeah, that's a lie. That's not happening." With the current state of the industry, we're not going to see that game. We're never going to see that again. We're not going to see this. We're not going to see that. We're barely going to see anything new. So I don't know. I don't want to be the negative one, but I'm at the point where I'm just like, just give me what you can give me. Surprise me with it. Just the beast surprise me, and then I don't know. And it's more fun watching these events without going into it with any expectations.
Yeah,
Right.
I don't really think about like, oh man, I wonder if they're gonna show this or if they're gonna show that. I don't really go into it like that anymore.
True. You think Power World is gonna put something?
I doubt it. Who knows?
All
They
right.
could. I mean, they could.
I mean, they could. They got the money.
They've
If
been quiet
anyone
for a
has the
while.
money, is it?
Yeah.
definitely got the money
They
to pay
could.
for a few minutes of trailer time. So
For real.
who knows?
If I was them, I would let that game rock,
Mhm.
update it, and then just keep that money and be out. Like I'll be gone.
Yeah, I just think it's gonna be stuff that's already been announced, and maybe they'll just have more gameplay
Mhm.
stuff and things of that nature. Probably a Dragon Ball trailer, right? Probably.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Sparking Zero
Yeah.
trailer for sure.
Yeah, probably. Right?
Yeah, definitely. I think so. Yeah.
I think that's all but confirmed,
Um,
right? Pretty much.
Mhm.
Yeah. So yeah, it's just so little stuff, you guys. But yeah, looking forward to that.
And it's like a lot of the things that I'm excited to hear about are not going to be at this event. It's going to. I'm waiting for the Xbox event, and what I forgot what's on the 11th that where EA is going to show like quote unquote Mass Effect and Dragon Age. So
Don, don't do that. Don't get
well,
me.
we already know they're showing Dragon Age, but
Well,
they said something about Mass Effect.
They showed
yeah.
they revealed the name of Dragon
Yeah, they
Age.
changed the
What is
name.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot what it's called. But
Really?
they changed it. Yeah.
Yeah, Dragon Age starts with.
They said that's going to get a
V.
blowout on the 11th. So which means there's probably going to be a whole thing dedicated to that, maybe.
Watch them name that shit Dragon Age Infinite, bro. Just get
No,
that shit killed
no, it's
immediately.
The Veil Guard, Dragon Age
Yeah.
4, the Veil Guard. So yeah,
Hmm.
Well, I'm looking forward to that. So I hope that shit doesn't drop in 80 years.
Yeah.
Hopefully
When it-
hopefully it comes out in the next few months, because this game's been in fucking oven for a long time. I don't know, man. I've been wanting to do Dragon Age for a long ass
Yeah.
time.
But I don't know. I don't want to get my hopes up, bro. I've been hurt too much.
I don't know. We know the game exists. We know the game's coming out. So at most, just give me the game. Hopefully it's good.
good enough, right?
I'm not being positive or negative about it. Just want to play the game.
I find myself agreeing a lot with Despair, where it's just the less you look into it, the less you're disappointed, right?
Yep.
I think when you more just don't go into it with not to say you don't go into it with any expectations, but not at least like keep your expectations in check. And the more fun you have with these events, I think lately that's what I've been doing, and it kind of just feels more fun that way for me. It's like just
I haven't had a Dragon Age game since 2014.
Not letting yourself think that you're gonna get specifically what Jeff said, like GTA 6, Kingdom Hearts 4. Like you ain't getting there, right?
Like those are reasonable expectations, but it's a good thing that he said that they're not going to be there.
Exactly, yeah, exactly. So I think when you look at that and you have those expectations in mind, then I think you'll have more fun.
And even so,
with the show,
none of those games are like new things. Like we already know Kingdom Hearts 4 is due for an announcement. We already know GTA just got announced already. Like we already know this. So they might not be here, but they're coming soon. Like so. Yep. That's not really. I'm more so like I just want to. I watch these events for new shit. I don't really watch them for oh man, I want more information about this game that I already know about. I already know I'm gonna play Monster Hunter. I don't really need more information about Monster Hunter. I know I'm gonna get it. Dragon Age. I need to see that because we don't know anything about this game. We've seen like a 15-second leak of the gameplay like a year ago. I need to see what this game looks like, what they've been doing for the past I don't know how many freaking years. That I want to see. I don't know, man. Like I said, a lot of the stuff that I'm hyped to see is not at this event, or at least not that I know of. Like I want to see Gears 6. That's supposed to be at the Xbox thing. I want to see the Gears collection. That's supposed to be at the Xbox thing. I want to see, like I said, Dragon Age. That's next week. I want to see Skate. That's supposed to be at the EA thing. Maybe we'll see it tomorrow. But maybe we'll see some of the stuff tomorrow, and then they'll talk more about it at their own events later. I don't know.
I mean that makes sense, right? They'll only show it for 30 seconds. Watch the real trailer.
Exactly.
Check out a longer trailer on our YouTube channel or at our event. Right? Jeez.
I mean, bro, if I'm dropping 250K, yeah, I'm absolutely doing that shit.
Well, if you show that your own event, you don't got to drop 250K. So,
pretty much.
Gotta cook your own shit up and call it a day.
Either way, it's looking to be a hype event. Hopefully, and we'll have more about that tomorrow. We'll be doing a live stream. By the time you listen to this, live stream will already be done, but we'll be posting it up for you as well. But I guess to bring down the hype a little bit, we're gonna go talking about Naughty Dog and Neil Druckman's recent remarks on how he said Naughty Dog is not.
We can talk about this.
Look, Naughty Dog is not the Last of Us Forever studio.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. Sorry if we don't believe you, Neil.
I believe it, but that doesn't mean I care about whatever game you're making next.
You know what he means? He means when season 2 of Last of Us starts premiering, then that's when they'll no longer be known as I see. I get you, Neil. I understand.
Wow.
What does he mean? Like, what are they working on?
I mean, let's be real. People will get people will get tired of The Last of Us. They keep fucking making it. I obviously you don't want to be Naughty Dog, The Last of Us studio, because in all honesty, they've only made 2 games. I mean, not 2 fucking games, but they've only made 2 Last of Us games. Yeah, they've had the remasters or whatever.
And remastered them twice.
But that doesn't really count as the making a game, right? So
no, I know.
They gave that to someone else to do. It makes sense. Like, why would you want to keep, as a creative, why would you want to keep working on the same thing for the rest of the studio's life? Let them make something different.
It's become a meme now where they're just working on like Last of Us Part 1 remastered and Last of Us Part 2 remastered, right? Like, so now
but that's not them working on it. That's Sony forcing that shit out. I guarantee you that's Sony forcing that shit out, not them. I'm pretty sure that's not his idea. As much as we love to shit on him, I'm pretty sure that's not his idea. They have another studio doing that while he's working on whatever game that's coming out next. So you can't really blame him for that.
No, and that's not what I'm saying. But it's more so like they're just kind of caught in a loop. They can't really work on anything else because of this loop that they're on. And then if they're working on Last of Us Part 3...
Because they're not the ones working on the Last of Us remakes. They can work on whatever they want.
They're working on Last of Us Part 3.
Exactly.
And then
Which
they're gonna be
probably
working
the
on
last Last of Us game.
remasters. When PS5 Pro gets announced, there's gonna be Last of Us Part 1 remaster.
Yeah, but what I'm
and-
saying is, I'm pretty sure that they've been working on The Last of Us 3, regardless of if remakes of 1 and 2 came out. That's not them doing it. It's a different team doing those. So they're actively probably working on it. No, there's no remake that's made by the main team of developers at Naughty Dog. So I think people were reaching with that one. We're like, oh my god, all they do is make remakes. They're not even doing any remakes. They've probably been working on The Last of Us 3 this entire time.
Well, they were working on that factions multiplayer, which they canned, and
that got canceled.
they possibly made a. I mean, people were bummed about it for sure because they really liked The Last of Us multiplayer.
Yeah, that shit was dope.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I think
that shit was that was the best part of the game.
Yeah.
Exactly. Oh my god.
But I think that if that's what they were working on and they decided to can it, based on certain things, it wouldn't have. I mean, it's hindsight and obviously speculation because we're not seeing the game. But I think if it would have came out, I think people would have potentially been disappointed by it because it would have been something different because it would have been more of a live service game. And the
think about it this
reason,
way: the majority of the Last of Us fan base now that we have now, don't give a fuck about the multiplayer. Last of Us.
not competitive multiplayer.
Us
No,
back then, it wasn't really competitive. Like that wasn't the appeal of it. The appeal of it was it felt it actually felt like a growing like MMO. Like the achievements and challenges you had to work toward. It actually incentivized you to keep playing the game. Like there were things that it did things that no other multiplayer has ever done, and that's why it was dope. Like
because your people get sick or they're starving.
Exactly.
So
like it felt like an actual So that shit was cool, but is that what a lot of the people that probably are more like modern gamers that probably got into Last of Us like 2 years later when it came out on PS4 or whatever? They heard word of mouth, everybody was talking about it. I'm sure most of those people were just like, yeah, I just want to play the story. Oh my god. Oh, fucking Joel, fucking Ellie. That's all they care about. They don't give a fuck about the multiplayer. So I'm pretty sure that would have came out. And it probably would have sold because it's the Last of Us name. It probably would have sold, but people wouldn't have cared enough. It probably would have died.
Yeah, and the reason that they stated that they canceled it was not so much so like they canceled it because they stated that they didn't feel that it would be cost effective to continue to working on it because Sony wanted it to be a live service game, and it would have been Suicide Squad.
And
versus Justice
honestly,
League.
the funny part is that's one of the very few games, if you play The Last of Us multiplayer, that's one of the very few games that would actually function well as a live service game. So that's weird.
Well, but
if
it's
you played The Last of Us multiplayer,
hit,
that was basically a live service game.
Yeah. But I think their reasoning was more so not that they didn't believe it'd probably potentially be successful. I think they just didn't want the content pit of having to work on it. Like, think of it like Warzone, right? Like, you have to work on that shit constantly. That limits the team to whatever potentially else they might be working on. Which is probably
what was responsible for like
what they're alluding
Uncharted
to.
4, which is one of the most like coveted games they have, right? Fucking Last of Us 1 and 2, which is clearly we already know how big that is, right? I wouldn't want to work on no damn Last of Us fucking factions or whatever it is, dude. Sorry, like as much as I wanted it, I understood it when it got canceled. I was like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. I get it.
Yep.
In this climate, putting a game out like that would have been, I wouldn't say suicide, but it definitely wouldn't have been worth the effort or the money. So smart. The only reason that would have existed was to bank on the Last of Us name, which I'll be honest with you. Yeah, you could probably argue it, but the Last of Us like brand, it's not that big. Like it's recognized, right, as like a AAA. Like we know people think it's good, whatever. It's one of the most popular. I don't even think it's. I don't know, man. It's not when you hear when I say The Last of Us, when I think The Last of Us, I don't think this big, huge IP that literally everybody knows about, right? That I could make any type of game in this series and it'll sell. It's not that yet. It's not. Like, so I don't even think that would have made sense to even put that out separately. That shit should have came with the remasters. That's what it should have came with, instead of being a separate thing that they were gonna sell by itself. That didn't make sense to me. Should have came with the damn Last of Us 2 remaster or Last of Us 1 remaster, whatever it was.
Should have.
So they tried to dig a little deeper, make it bigger than it should have been.
Overreach.
Yep. Tried to make it big, like it's gonna be our next. Because you know the problem. You know what the problem with Sony is right now? They're trying to find that next multiplayer thing and they can't find it. they keep trying and they can't do it. Like
They kind of
Destiny
lucked
2
out with
is-
Helldivers too. They
yeah, but
kinda,
Helldivers
but-
2 is not the kind of game that's gonna have legs for the next 5-6 years. Like they think Concord might. They think they thought, well, Destiny 2, I guess, whatever. They thought that, what was that game, that Marathon? I forgot. Is that what it was?
Marathon, yeah.
They were trying to bank on that. Like they don't
Oh.
have it, bro. They thought Killzone Shadowfall was gonna be that last generation. They don't have it. They keep trying. They're gonna keep trying to find that one game that's just gonna just dominate. And then they probably thought this could have been it. They could have, if they did it right. But whatever. You know what they should bring back? Instead of talking about The Last of Us, we should be getting Resistance, a new Resistance game. We should be getting another Killzone game. We should be getting SOCOM. We should be getting, like, they have this
Bruh. I would
they have
love a
this-
SOCOM game.
they have this library, this old ass library of all these games, and it's like they're digging. They're like, damn it, man, why can't we get it? Where's our Call of Duty? Why don't we have this? You do, dumbasses. You just don't want to take the risk on bringing these old series back. Like,
I think
I
a
don't
new gritty, hyper, like intense
Resistance,
graphics resistance would
Resistance
be
right
so
now.
sick.
Resistance right now would be the perfect game.
Mhm.
Period. Like everyone loves that semi horror, like, you know what I'm saying? Like people love that shit. Killzone, meh, right? SOCOM, meh. Very hardcore fan bases, very
Yeah.
niche, like, you know, hardcore military shooters, because people just gonna default to COD and like
yeah, then
whatever
like,
other.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
just a COD. They're just gonna make it
SOCOM
into
was
a
very
COD
hardcore. Like,
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Resistance, man, like just bring
Resistance had its
Resistance
own
back, bro.
niche little, you know, it cut its
Resistance
own.
would be huge.
Yeah, I agree. That's a
And
callback
Resistance
of a game
story
that I
was
love
dope. You want to
playing.
make a damn Last of Us series and show and shit like that shit. Make a Resistance TV show or movie. That would be godlike.
They
That
had
story was
three Resistance games, and they were
Yeah.
all good. Like
Yeah, and it
people
just
don't
the
talk
series
about
just
the last
magically
two
vanished.
anymore, but yeah, it just disappeared.
Yeah. In an era where Sony has been chasing first-person shooters and shit for a long time. I don't know what happened to that. Whatever. Sony on some shit right now. But back to the
Yeah,
The
back
Naughty
to the
Dog shit,
topic.
like-
I mean, good for them. You know,
just give me Jack. I don't care what you make. I don't give a fuck what you do. Just give
Well-
me Jack and Daxter. Give me some Jack shit, bro.
Well, you know, I don't know.
I don't know
Well,
about the
we'll see.
rumors and nothing yet. I'll wait till I see.
Well, I will just say this: like, if for sure a Jack movie, Jack and Dexter movie is coming out or being in the process right now, the chances of that is actually, if anything, at least a collection would be pretty.
Nah, we already had 2 collections. No collection. Just make a new game. Just do what they did with Ratchet and just reboot the series, make the movie, and then reboot the series with the movie like they did for Ratchet, like they were trying, they're supposedly trying to do for Sly Cooper. Just do that. It worked for Ratchet. It could work for Jack and Daxter too. Like, especially because Jack makes more sense for Naughty Dog, because Jack was already like, minus the art style, story wise and thematically, it was already a grimy, like fucked up type of like game, which is exactly what they known for. So I don't know. Jack could pop off in this modern age.
I think so too. It's a
Not Jack and Daxter, like the Jack 2 and Jack 3 type game, because Jack 2 and Jack 3 were totally different games than Jack and Daxter was the first game. So those shits will pop off for real. Third person action shooter, whatever. Come on. That game was crazy.
Yo,
Especially Jack
this is
3.
not-
Man, Jack 3 was what the hell? I'm surprised that series. Well, then again, the story kind of, spoiler alert, the story kind of ended. But still, like, I'm surprised that series died, but Ratchet kept going. Weird.
Yeah.
Ratchet
they
and
should reboot
Sly
it.
kept going. That's interesting. I guess because, you know, it's Naughty Dog, right? Naughty Dog has their passions. Just they finish something and they're done. Like Uncharted 4, they said they're done, right? So I guess makes sense. They don't want to drag it.
I don't think we're seeing another Uncharted game. I mean, maybe
I don't want another Uncharted
style game. Maybe
I
like
wouldn't be
something-
mad if we got another Uncharted game, but I don't want another Uncharted game.
No,
Uncharted
I
4
think
ended
that story
perfectly.
Ended perfectly, yeah.
Like Jack and Daxter ended perfectly. But if they gonna reboot it, I ain't gonna complain.
Mhm.
I mean, just make sure you bring back that Uncharted multiplayer though. Hold up.
Listen, bro. People still apparently there's a way to play that shit right now. People still playing it.
Yeah,
I want to play it.
I kind of
That shit was phenomenal.
I kind of want that smoke. I'm not
How
gonna
the fuck do these? What is going on with these guys, bro? They have these options. They have all these options, bro. Uncharted 2 and 3 multiplayer were fire, and 4 fire. They don't double down on it. Last of Us multiplayer fire. They don't double down on it. Resistance series just sitting by the wayside. They don't double down on it. Killzone. They don't double down on it. What are they doing? They double down on the bullshit. I don't understand what's going on. Because we can say, yeah, The Last of Us. We can keep saying that, right? But The Last of Us came and went. Last of Us 2 came out how many years ago now? Mm-hmm. It's been a while. Like, so it's like, what do they have right now besides God of War? I don't know. I feel like Spider-Man is they main shit now. Spider-Man might as well be the Sony mascot. The fuck?
I mean, but it's not even them. Like, that's not even Sony.
But to them, it's selling their consoles. It's exclusive to PlayStation. It's selling their consoles to them. Spider-Man. I mean, I don't know, man. I'm trying to figure out what's their priority right now, because we can say The Last of Us, but it's if you look at it, it's not really. I don't
think they have a priority. I think they're scrambling and they're trying to make something work, and they don't have a direction.
The priority is
they chasing that AAA high budget bullshit. I mean, if you want me to be honest, Concord could be their priority if it didn't look so damn generic. Mm-hmm. Like, how do you look at Concord and then hold that shit side by side with Overwatch and Marvel Rivals and shit and Valorant? That game look hella generic and boring.
And not make it free to play.
Much less release it on the same presentation as Marvel Rivals. Like, that makes no sense.
Much less release it not free to play. What? Well, every single one of your competitors is free to play. I don't know, man. I hope Naughty Dog. I hope Naughty Dog just whatever their next thing that they work on is. I hope it's good. Because I don't. The Last of Us 1, I enjoyed it. Right, Last of Us 2, I didn't play because I've heard enough, and I don't care to play because my opinion of it has already been tainted by everyone else. Right, so I'm not gonna play that shit. If The Last of Us 3 is good, who knows? I might play them, but that's not my. You know how I am. I have my series that I like, and if I don't care much about it, I'm just gonna ignore it. And Last of Us right now, I'm ignoring it. Sorry, this is gonna piss a bunch of people up, but I'm ignoring it. They bring back Jack, cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, Sony has a series that I like. Like, they don't have Crash Bandicoot anymore and Inspire anymore, but you get the point I'm trying to make.
Yes.
It's like Nintendo, right? When Nintendo put out Metroid, Zelda, Mario, I'm in there. Smash, I'm in there. Yeah, they might have like a Kid Icarus. I'd be like, yeah. You know what I'm saying, right? But those main series that I like, they be feeding me. Nintendo be feeding me, bro.
Man,
Sony, you know what they used to, but I don't know. Man.
You know what franchise I would love for it to come back? Sci-Fi Filter.
You would think in an age where we have Hitman, we have Metal Gear Solid, right? You would think they'd bring that. This is another. Yeah, why do you even? Anyway, I don't want to talk about it. Because that's another example of them just not doubling down on shit that they have that would have succeeded.
Oh man,
why?
I didn't even know you. I didn't even know you fuck with that game like that.
Who didn't, bro? I'm sorry. If you owned a PS1, you knew what. If you knew what Metal Gear Solid was, you probably knew what Sci-Fi Filter was. Like, hopefully,
just being able to use the taser, bro.
Yeah, like, I don't know. Sony has the games, man. Sony has these things. They just, oh.
Well, let's see what happens tomorrow with the Summer Games Fest. Maybe Sony.
Don't say that. Don't say that because they're not going to show us shit.
We know.
They just had their own shit. They didn't show us crap.
But they also have more stuff planned for the summer. There's more events planned for the summer.
Man, they're going to show us more Concord. They're going to show us more Concord.
Get ready to see more Concord and be pleasantly surprised if they do show us something new. But you know what you can be pleasantly surprised by hitting that like, subscribe, checking us out for the live stream on Thursdays.
I won't be surprised. You better like.
New release for the podcast on Tuesdays.
Subscribe.
You can get your news on Blow Up Tuesdays.
Turn the notification bell on.
We got the live stream. You guys are hearing this now. You already missed it. But check out the VOD. Then have the live stream for the Summer Game Fest, and then we'll have an edited video for it.
Yeah, check out the VOD that we disconnected halfway through.
Check
Don't
out
worry.
the pod
Don't
that's
worry.
gonna get nuked tomorrow after all the shit we're gonna talk. But yeah, Summer Games Fest, man. It's gonna be a good summer. Let's just I'm just gonna put that
It
energy
is.
out.
Yeah,
It's gonna
it
be a
is.
good summer.
It's
You
never
guys-
bad to get announcements.
Man,
it's
I'm gonna
always-
have a good time.
Gotta
I'm
taper
gonna
your
get a
expectations a bit.
drink. I'm
Yep.
gonna get some barbecue.
And it's
Yeah, it's
always
always gonna be
always
fun.
gonna be a good
It's
summer.
E3 season. Even the
It's-
rest in peace E3. It's E3 season.
It's-
Like I'm never not gonna call it that.
Of course, and it's always gonna be a good summer when you guys are listening, and we're gonna check you guys out next time.
I might just realize how not hype I am for tomorrow.